Hello there and welcome to Business is Mums. My name is Orla Brogan, founder of businessismums.com, and welcome to our training on how to become a sales superhero in 2018. Now, I know you're already a superhero to your family and probably definitely juggle many things. And this is about turning you into the sales superhero that you can be and will be in 2018. Now, Business is Mums is a community for mumpreneurs. And what we basically do is we provide training and we provide a supportive community that helps you become the best possible mumpreneur that you can be, and actually do that in a way that suits you and through your own personality so that you feel more confident. A little bit about me. My name is Orla, and this is a lovely photo of me that was taken in 2016 in Stockholm at the Eurovision Song Contest. Believe it or not, it had been a lifelong dream for me to attend it. And I am founder of Business is Mums, and basically I am passionate about helping mumpreneurs sell more by being themselves, and doing that through generating an understanding of business and modern business and how to navigate through modern marketing and to actually build a business your way and one that works for you and not for anybody else. I'm mother to Ultin. He was born in September 2017, so he is just a couple of months old right now, and I'm fiancée to Blair. And I'm also the daughter of a mumpreneur. So I see the mumpreneur from all angles, i.e. I am one and I'm also the daughter of one. So I know how inspiring it is to actually be the child of somebody who goes after what they want and goes to build their own business. And what this basically means is that I understand you and I understand your business and that it's more than just a job. You've left the corporate world. You've left a job that you've done for quite some time and you've bitten the bullet and you've done what so many people want to do but they're afraid to do, and you've started your own business. And I think you owe it to yourself to just give it your best shot. And in order to do that, it's about becoming a business person first and foremost, and turning your passion into something that will really provide the life for you and your family that you want it to. I know it's not just about getting money. It's about taking your kids on those dream holidays to Lapland, New Zealand, Canada, Disney World, whatever the case may be. It's about being able to pick your kids up at the school gates, having the freedom to be with them and to get away from them as and when you choose. And it's about actually, in many cases, helping to retire your partner so they can leave the corporate world that they're not that happy in and they can follow their dreams as well and actually follow your guidance and follow your example. It's a lot of pressure, isn't it? It's a lot of pressure biting the bullet and going for it. And personally, I don't think there's enough support out there for mumpreneurs. And that's why I love Business is Mums. And that's why I love being able to provide that support through our free training like we have today. And our motto is be you, sell more. You'll always sell more by being a genuine version of yourself than being a copy of someone else. But today's business world is so overwhelming that in many cases, copying other people seems easier, and it's not. And in today's training, I want you to take everything on board and I want you to work out how to do it with your personality, how to do it with your amazing energy and your amazing vitality, because that's what's going to make you different. And we're going to cover 6 key areas, and there's stuff to implement in every area. Goal setting for success, why sales are your priority, how you can redefine selling, how you can get really confident and generate confidence in what you offer. And then we're going to look at the 3-step sales superstar system, which is essentially why you're here, and how to make 2018 the biggest possible success by making 2018 the year of implementation. So I'm going to get cracking because there's so much to cover. Section 1, goal setting for success. Around about this time of year, what you'll notice is absolutely loads of goal setting workshops, how to make 2018 your best year, how to do it fantastic. And I've done a lot of these goal setting workshops and they don't all work. But what I can tell you is over the past year, I have absolutely transformed my life and I've transformed my business, quadrupling my sales. What I've also done is I've never been happier. I've never been healthier and I've never felt better. And I've done this very simply by, first and foremost, I tackle my domino goal first. Now, my domino goal is basically The one goal that if I achieved, or when I achieve, will have the biggest knock-on effect on the rest of my life. And for everyone that's different, but we're going to talk you through how you can do it and why you really should. And then I goal set in 3-month blocks. And basically by doing that, I just made my life a lot easier. I monitored things weekly, normally on a Sunday evening, and I rewarded myself. And basically the rewards that I had over the past year was a fantastic holiday to a 5-star resort. Then we bought ourselves a new car. And then we had our son, and obviously I was able to take time off work so I could take care of my son. That was the next reward. And more recently, I've just had the most fantastic Christmas, and I've not actually worried about money the same way that I would have in the past, because it was one of my rewards to make sure that I had all that taken care of. So what is your domino goal? Now, my domino goal for 2018, I'm going to share it with you. I won't be sharing it with too many people, is my health. Because I know that when I am at optimum health, the knock-on effect on all other areas of my life is absolutely incredible. I save money. And by saving money, it's quite good for a lot of people, because you don't need to earn as much, because you're not spending 20 to 30 pounds every weekend on a takeaway. You're not going out for lunch every day. You're still spending valuable time with your friends and family, but it's not about grabbing that coffee. It's not about grabbing that cake. It's about actually saving money and not wasting it and spending on better things. I've got better concentration when my health is taken care of. And when my concentration is better, I get more done. And it's a higher quality of work in less time. I've got happier children. And I learned that from breastfeeding, is that what you eat, they eat. So when you're feeling really healthy and happy, and you've got more energy and you're more vibrant and you've got better concentration, your kids pick up on that and they know about it and they feel better themselves. You're more confident. I want you to be confident in your business. And for me, health is a key thing for that, because if I'm feeling better, if I'm getting into my nicer clothes, if my skin is better, my hair is better, my nails are better, I feel better about myself. And this shows in my business as well. This shows in my relationships, because I feel more attractive, content, and therefore I'm easier to be around. It's much easier for my fiance if I'm looking in the mirror and liking what I see, than if I'm looking in the mirror and scolding myself. And I've got more energy. And energy is essential when you've got a 3-month-old baby. If you're not getting as much sleep and you're up earlier, you want to get more done and move faster. And the best way to do that is to be at optimum health. And that's why health is my domino goal. So I want you to consider, what one area of your life, if you made improvements in that, would you feel absolutely more fantastic, and would the rest of your life be better because you've achieved it? And it might be your finances. If you're worried about money, you might say, okay, this is the year I sort out my finances. That is my domino goal. It might be your relationship with your partner, or getting your kids into a certain routine. It might be your relationship with your mum. There might be something. Whatever it is, I can categorically guarantee you there's one habit that if you change, and it'll have a positive knock-on effect on many other areas of your life. And it's up for you to decide what is your domino goal. So take some time now and think, what is it? What one area, if I made improvements in, would have the biggest knock-on effect on all other areas, and why? And after you've decided what your domino goal is, I want you to make goals in all other areas of your life, because chances are you want to improve in all other areas as well. And I don't want you to goal set for the next year. I want you to have an idea where you want to be by the end of 2018. I want you to have an idea of where you want to be by the end of 2020. I want you to have an idea of where you want to be by the end of 2022. Get crystal clear on that. But you're not going to take as much action if you've 1 year to achieve results. So if my health goal is that I'm feeling vibrant, I'm following a strict plant-based diet, and I've got way more energy, and I'm back in my size 8 clothes by the end of December 2018. Well, I've got 12 months to achieve that goal. So chances are I push back and I push back. But if I say I want to be in my size 10 clothes, and I want to feel fantastic, and I want to be able to run 5K and be on a plant-based diet by the end of March 2018, action is essential. And all of a sudden, I don't have as much time to waste, so I'm more likely to get stuff done. And after you know what your 3-month goals are in each area, I want you to set aside a time each week. For me, it was Sunday evenings, where you're going to assess your activity each week. You're going to go to a quiet place. You're going to tell your other half, tell your mum, tell your sister, who's ever helping out with the kids, that you need anywhere between 5 minutes to 2 hours to yourself, whatever you want, to assess your activity each week. Because you're going to plan for the week ahead, and you're going to say, okay, in order to get me to smash this goal in the next 3 months, I need to achieve this in the next week. And I want you to sit down and plan it out. Chances are something's going to crop up to delay you, but so long as you know you have a week to achieve it, you'll do it within that week. You're going to get considerably more done. And I want you to continue to do that every week. Get your Prosecco, get your Starbucks, get your cup of tea, whatever it is, and sit back and just make that time for yourself. And then at the end of 3 months, once you've smashed your goals, and even if you've gotten very close but you've not quite smashed them, I want you to reward yourself after each 3 months. And I want you to say, actually, I have done an amazing job. I'm going to take a week off, and I'm going to reward myself with a holiday, with a weekend away, with a lovely meal out with my other half. I'm going to take the kids to do that thing that they really, really want to do. I'm going to have the best possible day. I'm going to have a lie-in. Whatever your reward is, but if you're working hard and you're achieving your goals, you have to reward yourself. And I would recommend that you do that at least once every 3 months, if not more often, so long as you're having those weekly check-ins. So when it comes to goal setting, where are we? First of all, you know what your domino goal is. That goal that has the biggest knock-on effect on the other areas in your life, and you focus on achieving that first. And that is the priority when 2 goals are up against each other and you've got limited time. The next step that I want you to do is set your goals in 3-month blocks, not for a year, 3-month blocks. So what am I going to achieve over the next 3 months? And you're going to get more stuff done, and you're going to allocate a time each week. Make it the same time, make it a habit. You know, that's why Coronation Street is on at the same time each day. That's why Dragon's Den is on. Dragon's Den, you could watch it at the same time. You could watch it every Sunday evening. You could actually make that your time. I'm not going to watch that TV program. I'm going to do this instead. And list out some amazing things that you'd like to do or that you'd like to buy for yourself as your rewards. So that is how you're going to goal set like a pro. And let's move on to section 2. Sales are your priority. Going forward, you are not a network marketer. You are not a life coach. You are not a massage therapist. You are a salesperson who sells massage services. You are a salesperson who sells life coaching services. And you are a salesperson that sells network marketing or a new career to people. And there's no shame in being that. There's no shame in being sales focused, because without sales, this is just your expensive hobby. And I know you've spent a lot of money on training, you've spent a lot of money on kit, on your Audible subscriptions, on the books that you've been buying. You follow a lot of people, you've spent a lot of time on following people online and trying to learn as much as you possibly can. And it's actually about getting that money back and trying to get a return on your investment. And we want to make sure that you definitely get a return on your investment. And you'll only do that if you take your time to get comfortable with selling. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to remember that you actually like to buy and your customers like to buy. What they don't like is to be sold to. And we're going to show you how to create an environment that actually encourages people to buy, rather than one where you're consistently going, buy from me, buy from me, buy from me, because that worked in the 80s and 90s, but it doesn't work anymore. And think back of items that you have been happy to buy and why. So why have you been happy to buy that hair care product? Why are you happy to go out for dinner in that restaurant? And think of all of the reasons that make you enjoy buying, and chances are your customers feel the same. But sales are your priority, and that is absolutely essential for the next year. But the good news is, selling is not what you think it is. Selling is nothing icky. It's nothing that you don't enjoy. It's actually helping. Like, selling is definitely helping. We still have this view of this 1970s and 80s car salesman who's coming out selling you some car that's made up primarily of squashed up newspapers. It's like the Boise character in Only Fools and Horses. But actually, selling has changed over the past 10 years, and selling essentially is helping. You're helping your customers. And here's my example, because I want you to gain an understanding of how selling is helping, and not just an understanding of what it is, but how you can do this in your business. And I'm going to talk to you about my Build-A-Bear experience that I actually had this afternoon. So that's a photo of my niece when she was 2. She's actually 4 now. And 2 years ago and today, I took her to Build-A-Bear to get her Christmas present. And they don't sell bears. They do not sell bears. They generate a lot of sales through the bears, definitely, but they create an experience where they help her find a friend. So as soon as you go in the door, the colors are amazing. There's loads of dolls everywhere, cuddly toys. And the team members come over and they don't speak to me, who's paying. They get down on their knees and they speak to the real customer and they ask her, what kind of bear would you like? What is her name? Who's it for? What made her choose it? Would you like it to smell really nice? Would you like a beating heart? Would you like all of these things? And they helped her create her new friend. So whether or not my niece Kira ever plays with this teddy bear again is up for debate, because the teddy bear in this picture I've not seen again. That doesn't really matter. What matters is I wanted to buy her an experience. And when we go by the Build-A-Bear workshop in our local shopping centre, she always grabs my hand. I think she thinks I'm going to take her in there every week, but she always grabs my hand and goes, oh, do you remember that, Auntie Orla? Because she knows I take her in there, and she always feels really special because the team make her feel special, and she feels special leaving with her box with her teddy bear. Or in this case, we got a baby carrier for her. So you can do this too. You can focus everything you do going forward on how you're going to help your customers have a better experience, feel better, enjoy things more. And the knock-on effect of that is that they're going to buy more from you. So to generate that understanding and to get your creative juices flowing, I want you to think, how does Starbucks do this? Now, I say Starbucks because actually, A, I love their soya chai tea latte, and B, they do this really well. They constantly help you buy more. First is that they have a system in place, which I prefer to Costa, I have to be honest, because their system is you walk in, you order off one person, you pay the next person makes your drink. So by the time you get to the end, you don't have to wait as long for your drink as if the same person was taking your order and just passing it on to the barista making the coffee. So their system helps you. They also have amazing cakes, and they have chocolates, and they have cups, and they have all these things presented all the way along to encourage you to buy or to help you to buy. And lastly, and I think this was ingenious, especially for someone that was working and really busy when I was going by Starbucks, was no one wants to queue. Nobody wants to order their coffee at 8:45 to be at work for 9 and to wind up going in at 10 past because they were stood in a Starbucks queue. Because everyone knows you were stood in a Starbucks queue when you walk into the office with your Starbucks cup and you're like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm late. Well, if you had time to get a Starbucks, you had time to get to work on time, was always the response that I would receive. And then Starbucks came out with an app. And what the app basically meant is they helped me get to work on time with my coffee, which is essentially what I wanted. So I could run down the street, order my coffee, go in, jump the queue, pick it up, and make it to work at 9 o'clock. Absolutely ingenious. And they weren't thinking how to sell more. They were thinking, how can I help people beat the queues? And I always laughed because I always felt kind of like a celebrity when I was going to collect my coffee from the end. How do Amazon help their customers? Amazon help their customers by making recommendations. If I buy a book, they recommend other books I may never have heard of, but I might enjoy. If I watch a TV program on Amazon Prime, they recommend other TV programs. They have a one-click buy system, so it's easy for me to buy. They make it so easy for me to buy. Yes, they are generating more sales, but at the crux of it, they're helping me. Pizza Express. I like Pizza Express because as somebody that doesn't eat any gluten or dairy, it's really nice to go in there and to know what items are gluten-free and dairy-free. So they're helping me feel normal as someone with dietary requirements, because not every other restaurant has cottoned on to this. They help families have a nice day out by having these pizza making classes so the kids can go and make the pizzas, learn about food, get interested in food, but also They are away from the parents, so you don't feel the torment that is having kids dining out with you all the time. So that's how they help. If you want to look at more local businesses, go into your local cafe and look at all the ways they help their customers. Go to your local bookstore, go to your local hairdresser, go to your local beautician, go to the best local business there is in your area and think of all the ways they help their customers, and in doing so encourage you to spend more, because it's absolutely fascinating. And I would recommend that you get a notebook and you jot these ideas down. Section 4. This is my favorite, and I love those orange sunglasses. I think they're amazing. I want you to feel confident, and I want you to feel so confident in you, your business, and your abilities that you are fantastic at selling. You are fantastic at helping your customers. And the best way to do that is to understand how you help people and to get crystal clear on that and what you need to know about how you help people. And then the next step is to think, okay, I can help people in this way. Who wants my help the most? Because they're my customers. It's not who I think wants my help, it's who definitely wants my help. They are my customers. And then to know how to sell to them. And that's where we look at our 3-step system. So the first thing that I want you to look at is what your transformations are. And your transformations are essentially how you help people. And they are the end result your customers experience as a result of working with you. So, example, Build-A-Bear. The end result of me taking my niece to Build-A-Bear today was not the bear, was not the teddy bear, was not the fact that we left with it in a box. It's the fact that we created a memory. Because they had her kiss the love heart, they had her hug it, they had her rub it in her hair before they stuck it in that teddy bear. They had her stand on the pump so she filled the bear herself. They created a memory, and she will remember that long before the bear has disappeared, never to be seen again. So that is the end result of me taking her to Build-A-Bear, and that's why I will take her back there in the future. Even though my sister kills me and says she never plays with the bears, I'll still take her because I'm paying for that smile on her face and the fact that she grabs my hand when we walk past the Build-A-Bear workshop. If you sell a weight loss product, the transformation probably isn't that you lose 10 pounds and you get back into your favorite jeans. The transformation is probably that you feel fantastic, that you're confident again, that you feel like you can take on the world, that you feel amazing. And it's so much easier to sell those things than it is to sell your weight loss program. So take your time, get your pen and paper, and list at least 5 transformations that you offer. Write them down. If you don't know what they are, go back to the transformations that you noticed when you first experienced your product or service and be really, really clear and actually dig deep. And after you know and you're confident in what you offer and you feel, actually, hang on a minute, I don't just sell a cream, I give people back a feeling they had 10 years ago and they feel amazingly confident and vibrant and sexy and energetic. The next step is, who is your ideal customer? And your ideal customer is the person that want the transformations that you offer. There's no point in selling a weight loss service to the first overweight person that you meet because they might not want to lose weight, and it's actually quite insulting to suggest it to them. But what you want to find is somebody who wants to get back into their size 8, 10, 12 jeans, whatever the case may be. And in many cases for mumpreneurs, the person who wants the transformations you offer is usually an early version of yourself. So it should be really easy to work out how to market to an early version of yourself. But when it comes to your ideal client, you have to be able to afford to market to them. You might be a hat maker, or you might be an amazing coach, and you might think, oh, I would love to market my services to Meghan Markle because I would get amazing promotion or get amazing publicity. But unless you can afford to reach them or afford to reach her through your marketing, there's no real point, because she's never going to see your adverts or she's never going to be in your Facebook group. She might be, and I would love if she was, but you have to consider you have to be able to afford to reach them through your marketing, and you know how to speak to them in an engaging way. The marketplace is really busy at present. If you are going to communicate effectively with your ideal customer, you have to interrupt the conversations that they're already having. And the best way to do that when it's an early version of yourself is to be honest and to bring your personality to the table and to actually dig down deep into the feelings you know you had at the time and speak directly to that person. You want to make sure you're going to enjoy working with these people and they can afford what you offer. They have to have the money or be able to get the money and to want to spend it on what you offer. Don't try and sell things to people that don't have the money or make it clear that it's not a priority for them. So in terms of getting confident, you know exactly what your transformations are and you've got a clear idea of who your ideal customer is. And if it's an earlier version of yourself, that's absolutely fantastic. It makes it considerably easier when it comes to selling to that person because our section 5 is our sales system and we want 3 simple steps. Now, when it comes to these 3 simple steps, chances are you're going to be doing these 3 simple steps all of the time. So it's not a case of I do step 1, park it, then do step 2, park it, and then do step 3. No, there's always going to be customers working at a different step with you or at different stages in their relationship with you. So you're always going to be step 1, trying to get in front of your ideal client and trying to market yourself so that more people know what it is that you do. They're not always going to be ready to buy from you at that time. So you have to go to step 2 and build relationships with them. Get them to know, like, and trust you so that when they get to step 3, you can compel them to buy from you and you can create those offers that make them want to buy from you. So how can you get in front of them? How can you get in front of your ideal client? What I want you to do is get out your pen and paper and to write down the areas that work best for you and which of these activities, and there's probably more you can think of that suit your personality the most. So when it comes to getting in front of your ideal client, is it networking events? Now, you don't want to network for the sake of networking, which I know a lot of women do. I'm sorry, but they do. What you want to consider is, how can I stand out at networking events? And usually it's by being the person that listens. Is it through paid Facebook adverts where I can actually drill down and reach my target market really easily? Is it through a Facebook page or groups? Maybe you want to go into groups where your ideal client hangs out or where they post regularly, is what it means. Now, Facebook groups are a tricky one because lots of people think, oh no, I'm not going to go to those Facebook groups. There's too much going on. But don't go on there to sell. Go on there to observe and go on there to add value whereby you can answer questions. Like, until becoming a mum, I did not realize that there's Facebook groups out there for every type of mother. There's Facebook groups out there for mothers for attachment parenting, mothers who want to let their kids cry it out, mothers who are stricter, mothers who are gentle parenting. Whatever type of mum you want to be, or whichever type of parenting aligns closest to your values, there's a Facebook group out there for that. There is definitely a group. Maybe it's through traditional marketing. Maybe you want to have banners, you want to do shows, maybe you want to do wedding fairs, maybe you want to do industry fairs. Is it through pay-per-click? Maybe you know that the first thing your ideal customer will do is to get onto Google, and you want to feature highly. If it's through organic search, you want to have an amazing website with SEO, with fantastic blogs and articles. And remember, those blogs and articles speak the language of your ideal customer. Don't use broad language, be really specific and actually have a genuine conversation with that earlier version of you that you can help. So there's a few ideas in terms of how you can get in front of your ideal client. And your job right now is to jot down a few that you are going to commit to doing without any shadow of a doubt. And remember, every Sunday you're going to assess what's happening. So you're going to say, is this working? Is this not? Step 2, you're going to build relationships. Just because you are selling me a mascara, it does not mean that my mascara has run out or I want to buy it right now. So you need to build relationships with me until I'm ready to buy your mascara, until I'm ready to buy your coaching services, whatever it is that you sell. So you can build relationships in so many ways, through email marketing, through services like Aweber or MailChimp. You can create an email list and regularly send out content that works for them. Through Facebook groups. There will be a Facebook group where your ideal client is, but let's say you don't like that group or you want a wee bit more control. Set up your own Facebook group and create an environment whereby you value your ideal customer. Maybe it's through the content on your website and blogs. Maybe you answer that specific question that you know your customers are looking for an answer on. Maybe you meet them at a networking event and you're going to send them a card because it's actually nice. It's a really nice thing to do and it stands out. Maybe you send them a ticket to an event. Maybe you notice an event on Eventbrite. It could be a free event. You don't necessarily have to spend money. Maybe you notice a meetup and you think, oh, that would really work for that person that I met and I could help them by sending them a link. And you just send them a quick message saying, saw this event, thought it would be right up your street. I'm probably going to head along myself. Let me know if you fancy a drink beforehand. You are building relationships. Maybe there's a book that you have in your book collection that you finish reading that you think they might be interested in. Or maybe it's a personal message. Let's say they tell you they're getting married next year or they're going on a holiday and you jot that down in your diary and you remember it and you wish them a happy wedding or a happy holiday. All of these things stand out, and depending on what you sell and who your ideal client is, you have to choose ways that you control that you build relationships in. Third step, you're going to compel them to buy from you. And the easiest way to do this is to create packages. Now, we've just had Christmas and Boots always create the same package every Christmas. Now they're changing it up with amazing offers and different offers every Christmas, but they've had their 3 for 2 on for as long as I can remember. They don't have it on gifts for the rest of the year. They have it on other products, but you can get that 3 for 2 on amazing gifts. And what normally happens is you go in, you say, oh, that will suit my sister, that will suit my mom, and I'll get the third one for me. So you create packages and you give them a reason to buy now. And the reason to buy now is normally an end date with an enticing name. So instead of a colour conditioner, it is a 3-minute miracle. So my favourite conditioner has always been Aussie 3-minute miracle because it does what it says. You put it into your hair, you leave it for 3 minutes, and it performs a miracle in that it's softer. So you want to make the packages that have those enticing names. So instead of a weight loss plan, it could be drop 10 pounds in 30 days without giving up your favorite foods. So my top tips when it comes to developing your system, your 3-step system whereby you get in front of your ideal client, you build relationships with them, how you compel them to buy from you, is to watch what your competition do. Now, don't become overwhelmed or don't copy your competition, but just know what they're doing, because if they're looking to buy this product or service, chances are your ideal client is aware of your competition as well. I want you to monitor other industries, mainly for ideas. If you only do what your competition are doing, you're not going to have that many ideas. But if you look at other industries, you're going to get fantastic ideas. I always read my fiance's golfing and car magazines because I always find they give me amazing ideas. Look at companies in other countries. There is no excuse right now. We have Google Translate. So you can look at Google Translate and you can turn around and say, actually, I am going to translate this website page and I'm going to know exactly how they sell this product or service and get some ideas. Trial and error. Don't be afraid to fail. Not everything works first time. What matters is that you are consistent and that you work at it every single day, as opposed to just trying for a week and then giving up. And to create a calendar and to list out when you're going to do what. So when are you going to get in front of your ideal client? Let's create a column right now and list what you're going to do. Is it networking? Is it Facebook groups? Is it paid Facebook adverts? Is it posters? Is it industry events? What are you going to do right now to get in front of your ideal clients? What are you going to do right now to build relationships with them? So you're not going to try and sell to them straight away. If they want to buy, that's brilliant. But chances are they won't, and it's going to take some time. Very few people want to buy on the first touch point or the first time they come across what you offer. So in order to build relationships, how are you going to consistently build relationships with people and commit to doing it? And the third step is how are you going to compel them to buy from you? And again, start watching what other industries are doing. Sign up for their email alerts, see how they do it. And in understanding how they do it and why they do it, you're going to get ideas. And section 6, and last but certainly not least, is that you have to ask yourself, will 2018 be the year of implementation? It doesn't need to be the year of learning. In this coming year, you have to take action. And I've written that twice here because it's so important. We live in a world where we know far too much, but we don't take enough action. Here's an example. My brother was home for Christmas and he lives in Vancouver, and he told us his address, and he was sitting down chatting to my mum, and my mum was like, have you ever been to this market in Vancouver? And Rory was like, yeah, I go there every Sunday. How do you know about that market? And she goes, oh, I looked it up on Google and I looked it up on Street View and it looked really nice. So somebody had mentioned a market in Vancouver and my mum looked it up. So without ever going to Vancouver, she knows about this market because modern technology allows for her to know about it. But is that the same as going to that market? Is that the same as smelling the bread, touching the fruit, eating the foods? No, it's not. But we've become so accustomed to this idea that knowing is the same as experiencing, and knowing is not the same as experiencing. You have to take action. So I want you to ask yourself, do you feel overwhelmed right now? Do you feel overwhelmed with all of the things that you have to do? And the easy way to overcome this feeling of being overwhelmed is to implement what you already know. So are you implementing all that you already know? Is your first reaction to say, I know that? Knowing is great, but are you freaking doing it? Because you have to start doing it. And the best way to overcome this and the best way to implement everything that you know is, the first thing is to cancel the subscriptions that you don't use. It's great to have that Audible subscription. It's great to have that Amazon Prime so you can buy books or Kindle Unlimited. But unless you're implementing everything you read in those books, don't you dare read another book until you've implemented what you already know. Don't you dare listen to another Audible book until you've implemented what you already know, because you are only going to learn more and you're paralyzed because you're not taking action. Only sign up for courses that show you how to do things and not just talk about what to do. We don't want to know that I'm supposed to build an email list. We don't want to know that I'm supposed to become an expert in my industry. Show me how to do it. So unless they can show you how to do it, don't even go any further. And ask yourself why you aren't taking action. And chances are it's because you're not that confident in how you change people's lives, and by what you've learned today and getting confident in those transformations, you can do this. And stop wasting time on things that don't generate results. Unless what you're doing is doing one of three things: getting you in front of your ideal client, building relationships with them, or compelling them to buy from you, do not waste your time on it. And your friends and family are amazing. You love them dearly, especially your other half. But unless they have generated the results that you want, do not listen to them. You may have to just grin and bear it, but don't listen to it. We're almost finished, and it's been an absolute pleasure taking you through a training on how to become a sales superstar in 2018 and how to help you generate that understanding on goal setting. We looked at what is your domino goal and then prioritizing that and goal setting for the next 3 months and diarizing your time whereby you're going to go through. I say Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, because it works for me. We looked at why sales are your priority and how to redefine selling so you know that what you're doing is helping your ideal client. We looked at how to get confident in what you offer. And then we looked at your 3-step sales superstar system. Yes, I'm going to say it again. It's a system whereby you get in front of your ideal client, you build relationships with them, and then you compel them to buy from you. And by being a marketing detective, you're going to get ideas by looking at other industries, other countries, etc., for some fantastic ideas on that. And let's make 2018 the year of implementation. It is the year of taking action. It is not the year of learning more and paralyzing yourself by becoming overwhelmed. You want to learn as much as you can. I'm going to leave you shortly, and my motto at Business is Mums is always to be you, sell more. It's you, your personality, your dreams, your visions, your goals that is making your business. It's what's driving you forward. Bring your personality into your business as much as you can, because that's what's going to help you stand out from the crowd. If you've liked what you've heard today and you're thinking I'd like some more help, and it's about implementation, we do have a group coaching program that's going to be launching in the next month, and it's 6 weeks to business success. My Success in 6 group coaching program. I'm not going to try and sell that to you today. If you'd like more information, email me at orla at businessismums.com, and I can send you across an information pack. But I would just like to say a massive thank you, massive thank you for taking part in today's training and for committing to become the best possible business person and sales superhero that you can be. What you're doing is already fantastic. You're doing what so many people want to do, but they talk the talk and you're walking the walk. You deserve a fantastic business. You deserve those dream holidays. You deserve to be there for your kids when they come home from school and having the money and flexibility to provide the life that you want and to give back. And I'm just very privileged to be able to help you do that in the training today. That's all from me. Thank you so much and have a fantastic day. Lots of love, Orla.